Hi guys, welcome back. Scatlink here, we're off for more of Kingdom Hearts Final Mix, and in the last episode, we finally met up with Donald and Goofy after having a bit of a bat with, Squall Leonhardt, or Leon, yeah, he goes by many names. But we also talked to Yuffie and Aerith all about with the Keyblade and the Heartless and whatnot. Those are the enemies we're fighting. And now we're teamed up with Donald and Goofy. We are leaving Traverse Town to off to other worlds. But before we do, we got one more thing to do. And that is something that I was going to do at the end of last episode. Then I got interrupted and then I realised the time and I was like, oh shit, better leave it for later. It's this one. There's a blue mark here. And I want to do it now before we leave. Here, Booski. And we get tons of money. Loads of money. So, yeah, there are trinities in the game, and we're going to have to activate them all for 100% completion. Now, here's the thing. The reason why I'm not counting them is because the game keeps track of them itself. Normally, when games keep track of them themselves, I don't have graphics to track them myself. We've got 2 out of 17, and they're all around the worlds of the game. It's crazy. So, we've got to, like, search them out, activate them all, get the stuff that comes out, and we've got some more people to talk to before we leave, so let's go do that. You actually look like Tidus. My world was attacked by shadows. Yeah, the weakest common enemy. We've already fought more difficult enemies, and yet we saved this world. I got separated from Mum and Dad, and finally came here. Yeah, how? That's never explained on how we just end up here when worlds get sucked up by darkness. It's like a safe haven, a world upon worlds that just break through the dark barrier, and it's like, okay, you're like the strongest of the bunch, you get saved, you go over here, you go that way. It's weird. But yes, there's not actually much else to do in this world for now. We could go explore, grab a few more postcards, or try to find more chests and whatnot, but there's not really much we can do otherwise, so I would leave that for later. Plus, we're going to be coming back here quite often because, well, this is the main hub of the game, effectively. We've got our stores, we've got our armor store, so, and obviously everyone else is here, so, yeah. And of course I could use the save portal to actually leave the level, but this door is actually a shortcut to leave the level itself. So, keep that in mind. And here we are with Chip and Dale. Not Rescue Rangers, but Gummi Ship Engineers. The Green Curse... Oh wait, that's not the voice. I've got Dale's voice in my head, but I can't seem to do it. I just can't seem to do voices for most of the Disney characters for some reason. The green cursor shows your current position. It seems your next destination. Select your next destination with the cursor. I cannot words today. Observe the battle level when selecting destinations. The stars mean stronger Heartless in that world. So yeah, Traverse Town doesn't actually have a level because that's the level we've been fighting with. So that's a thing. We've got a world here that's a battle level of 2. That one's a battle level of 1. So naturally we want to go there. We could press square to go to the Gummi Garage, but we're not going to do that for now because we can't do much about that. If we press triangle, we can't do that much either. Unless we highlight a certain level that we can actually do it in. Gummi Ship missions. These are Final Mix exclusives. Basically, when you're flying to a certain world, you're able to take on certain missions, and when you're flying normally, in the Final Mix versions, you're scored on points. In the original game, it's just a method of travel, really. There's not really much to it. But you still need to collect all the Gummi Ship pieces in order to do a thing. I'm not going to be going nuts with this, because, oddly enough, Gummi Ship missions have their own separate completion compared to the rest of the game, so I'm not going to be doing much of them. Plus, most of them are quite annoying and time-consuming, and you have to do really stupid missions, so I'm not going to be bothering with that. But we are going to make some decent Gummi Ships later in the game, believe me. Destroy enemy ships and obstacles, collect items, and save your score when you arrive at your destination. Complete a mission by fulfilling its requirements. Press the triangle button to view the mission details, which we were trying to do. But, yeah. Build a Gummi Ship tailored for each mission. Each world has 3 missions. Challenge yourself to earn a high score. And when you're... to choose a mission, you basically got to just fulfill that requirement. You don't have to actually choose it. You just have to fulfill the requirement while going to that location. And if you go to that location, and you arrive at that location, that's when it will check to see if you completed the mission. So, yeah. Destroy enemies and blocks for a point. Collect items for a point. Destroy blue meteors for items. The stars are your power, the green gems are your ship's stamina, or HP, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, here's our missions that we got here. So this is our overall score, and it says that that mission number 1 available right now. Obtain a score of 80 or higher, but that's flying toward Traverse Town, not away, so we can't do this right now. We can't access the other missions until later on, so we're not going to be doing anything with that right now, but we do have to get into the controls of actually flying the damn thing. So I am actually going to go to the garage just because that actually tells us the controls. In fact, you can manipulate the controls here as well. So think of it like Poor Man's Star Fox, but it's way better when you're doing like stuff in the second game. But we're going to skip the tutorial for now because you can just view them yourself. But we're not building ships for now. I just want to go to help. Is it? No, it's not help. How do I access the controls? Gummi Ship. Change ship, that's not it. I forget how you... Yeah, look at that. Kingdom is the thing, but High Wind is R1 because whatever. Blue ones are the ones that you can edit, which is why I'm going in here right now, but I'm not going to actually edit it. I'm just going to do this twice. Then I want to press square and triangle. So, blocks used, there is a block limit. You have to have armor, but you have to have a cockpit and an engine when building your ships, mostly. And, of course, some weapon gummies in order to, you know, shoot. Some gummies use power, and the more normal gummies that you have, the more HP you have. Flyable, yes, which means that this blueprint is viable to use in missions. If it doesn't have it, if it's missing either a cockpit or an engine, it cannot fly. So keep that in mind. As you can see here, armor is pretty decent, like maxed out. Even though that's actually kind of pathetic at this stage in the game, you'll see what I mean. Speed is very minimal, but that doesn't really matter. Decelerate, hold the X button. Small cannon, the circle button. I can't remember how you change that. I don't think we can do that at the moment. And I did not mean to remove that. So if we press start here, just press circle, press yes. No, circle, no. There we go. Let's get out of here. Because we don't need to do anything in there for now. And like I said, I can't remember if you can actually change the controls or not for the Gummi Ships. It's been a while. But for now, let's actually get on to the next world here, because we've already wasted enough time as it is. So yeah, circle to attack, X to decelerate. I would like to change that at some point. We travel to different worlds on the Gummi Ship. Even though you've only just used it now. The Heartless ships often give us a hard time. You didn't even know that they were called Heartless. How would you know that? Always be on the lookout during flight. Your journey will be documented until you reach your destination. Seek out the missions each world has to offer. There was a long pause there because this is added for the final mix. Control the Gummi Ship with the left stick. Tilt up to descend, tilt down to ascend. So it's pilot controls. Pretty obvious. The blue gauge shows the power level. So we got 3 blocks. It actually towers over our armor. Firing lasers, among other things, consumes power. The green gauge shows the strength of the armor. If it reaches 0, it's back to the departing point. So yeah, if you die, you respawn. So just, we've got a rapid fire like cannon here, so we can just do this. Those are gummy blocks. I'm going to try and avoid them so I can open as many chests as possible, because if you're maxed out on a certain gummy, you can't chuck them away, and you'll never be able to open that chest. So yeah, I don't count chests toward 100% completion just for that reason alone, because you can actually screw yourself over by opening a few chests. And even then, if I avoid some stuff, I still get screwed over, because fulfilling, completing a certain side quest in the game actually maxes you out on everything. Gummi Ship related, so you can't actually avoid that. It's kind of funny. It's a nice reward though, because it gives you total freedom. And that makes the Gummi Ship missions a lot easier, so you don't have to grind or buy Gummi Ship pieces. But that's not until way later on, so even if I am talking about that now, we can't really benefit from that information. So, and you're probably going to be doing a lot of flying back and forth anyway, before then. That is what I want to grab though. That's why I've been shooting these guys. Though that was a blueprint. The one at the bottom of this tally there are blueprints. I have never grabbed every single blueprint in the game, and to be honest, I don't know how I keep missing them because I kill every enemy I see. Well, every enemy that I can, and if I kill ships multiple times, you'll know that they don't drop blueprints because they only drop the blueprints once you actually have them in the inventory. You can't grab the same blueprint twice, as far as I'm aware. So, yeah, like I said, very on-rails, basic Star Fox on SNES, effectively. That's what this is. But you got no barrel roll. You can't, like, hold L or R to sharp turn because there are no sharp turns. And, yeah, we can actually destroy the world. But, nah, there we go. So we're at our next world. It's basically that simple. I got a high score, got 106. That doesn't really matter. Basically, once you arrive to a world, you have this menu. Most of the time you have disembark when it's the first time you've gone to the world, but this menu is actually your save point selector. Basically, you can beam down to the save points that you've made, or that you've reached. So, always check a save point when you can, because you get fully healed while doing so anyway. And if you are just passing by to the next world, you just want to go back to the menu screen, then you do that. If you choose the same level that you're on, you don't have to play a mission. It will just go straight to this screen. So, yeah, I know that was a lot of information, but we haven't actually done anything. So, except for that one blue trinity. So yes, welcome to Wonderland, based off of the original animated Wonderland. You can tell because of the name of the level. And we enter in just the same way. Oh, and I love what Goofy does here. We saw that earlier in the trailer before we, like, if you left it on the title script for too long.
Oh, my furry whiskers! I'm late! Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear! I'm here! I should be there! Oh, I'm late! Oh, the Queen! She cracked my head for sure!
That was more whimsical than frantic. Oh, here we go. I'm gonna say right now, I don't enjoy this world. I know, like, the first actual, like, proper world of the game, other than, like, because, okay, Destiny Island's actual world, Traverse Town actual world, but in terms of the first Disney worlds that we can actually explore, why is this the first one? I don't like this level. The music just grates on the onset, and we don't even have a save point here, so we enter here, but we can't go back. We have a green Trinity mark right there, so we know that these are Trinity marks now. We've already seen red ones, we've already seen green ones. There's another green one that we can't access right now. In fact, can we actually, select? That's the button. I was pressing buttons for other games. Yeah, look at that. That's trippy. But yeah, we're in Wonderland, and things are topsy-turvy and upside down. But when it comes to fighting Heartless, the same rules apply. Yep, that was necessary. But every set piece that you see in the movie will be here, as you can clearly see, which is a nice touch. They really go to the effort on putting, like, set pieces and interactivity in the Disney worlds. It's like you're actually there. But before I did not want to walk to the door. I just hit the event wall. Oopsie poopsie. Let me go back. I want to interact with a few things in the room before talking to the door, if possible. Just trying to remember what I actually can interact with. Ah, push. Do this first. We need that for later. Let me see. So, anything I can whack? I'm pretty sure I can whack this. Nope, that's for later. Alright, I can't do anything else right now. Let's go and interact with the door.
How did he get so small?
No, you're simply too big.
Sora's so confused.
Must you be so loud? You woke me up.
Good morning.
Good night. I need a bit more sleep.
Wait, what do we have to do to grow small?
Why don't you try the bottle? Over there.
Just like the movie. But how did he grow small if that table was already flat? You can't just flatten it and then make it bigger again. That's just a waste of energy. But yes, just like in the movie. You take a swig. And we go small. You take the red one, you take the blue one. You take the blue one, you will wake up in Slumberland. If you take the red one, you'll end up back in a crossover between Disney and Final Fantasy. Machines! Oh, there's some Heartless. We got a new one right here. I think this is called a red raspberry. Or raspberry. Something like that. Basically, they specialise in fire magic. And Goofy just got to level up and could equip more items that he's never going to use until specific battles. I just whacked that fireball with an attack. That gave me a tech point. That's awesome. And there we go. And of course, I must mention that these blue bubbles are your MP. As you can see, they are making that orange bar go back up. Every time that you max it to over a black area on your, well, a section of your magic power that is empty, it will refuel and the orange bar restarts. If you take away a blue bar by using low costing spells like fire, it will, you know, take that block away, but then it will start taking away sections of your orange bar. It's really hard to explain, but you'll see it in action. I mean, I already showed that off in the last episode, but I recorded that quite a bit a while ago. For a playthrough, there's going to be like... well, every time I say playthroughs, it's like I'm going, but may not necessarily get 100%, because, you know, I'm not going to be able to get all the trophies in one playthrough. And it's also basically a walkthrough in a more casual sense. Just thought I'd mention that, because I haven't actually done, like, an actual, like, a Let's Play named as a playthrough for quite a while. Except for Super Mario 64 multiplayer with some Linkario, but that was quite a long while in the making. So, just taking out some Heartless, just doing our job as the Keyblade wielder, getting rid of the darkness, as it were. Funny how that a giant key is a weapon of light. How about that? Clearly that's why our wooden sword wasn't working. But then again, you know, Squall can... or Leon, excuse me. That's going to be really annoying because I know him mostly as Squall. But... you know, he's got a gunblade. That's not a keyblade. That's not a weapon of light. How does that work? Well, if your light shines strong, any weapon works, really. That's why Donald and Goofy can attack with their sword and shield. So, sword and shield? Staff and shield. You know what I mean? But yeah, we can't take you reach that up there right now. And for some reason I did not kill all these. They don't automatically respawn. We're not in that kind of territory anymore. Enemies have set spawns. And to spawn enemies back in a room... I think you have to go like 2 maps or rooms away from where you were before. So if I want to respawn all the enemies in here, I would have to go like 2 whole rooms away and then come back and they'll respawn. We've got another green trinity under there that I didn't mention. We've pushed this already, so we can just walk on in. And yeah, let's just skip the bollocks. Let's just go straight to the castle. And we all know the Queen of Hearts. She's literally the one with the big mouth. I like how it's just a box.
Court is now in session.
I'm on trial. But why?
But why?
Her Majesty, the Queen of Hearts, presiding.
That's creepy.
This girl is the culprit. There's no doubt about it. And the reason is... because I say so, that's why.
That is so unfair.
Well, have you anything to say in your defense?
Of course. I've done absolutely nothing wrong.
No. This is how that should have went. What a bullshit reason. Well, what kind of trial is this? I demand restitution.
Maybe queen, but I'm afraid that doesn't give you the right to be so mean.
Silence! You dare defy me?
Hey guys, we should help her out.
We're outsiders, so wouldn't that be muddling?
Eh?
Oh, yeah.
So I don't
Well,
give a
that's
shit.
against the rules.
The court finds the defendant guilty as charged for the crimes of assault and attempted theft of my heart.
Wait.
Off with her head!
No! Oh, please!
Hold it right there!
Who are you? How dare you interfere with my court?
Excuse me, but we know who the real culprit is.
Uh-huh. It's the Heartland.
Anyway, she's not the one you're looking for.
That's nonsense. Have you any proof?
That animation on her lips. That was so intense. And then all of a sudden we go to text. I don't know why they cut it off like that. That's a bit odd. But yeah, that smooth animation on her mouth for that one scene is like, what? And why can you not say it's the Heartless? I mean, they're already here. You might as well let them know what they're called. Because then it's like, oh, theft of a heart. Well, if you've lost your heart, then how come you're here? It's still a bullshit reason. Or attempted theft of your heart, but does she look like one of those black creatures to you? Heck, the bloody massive guard armor Megazord thing that we fought in the last, episode, in the last world, even that had a freaking heart with an X symbol on it. Does she have any of that? No. Why am I trying to bring logic to Wonderland? I mean, you must have some form of logic to make illogic. I don't know. It's weird. Fail and it's off with all your heads. Gather as much or as little evidence as you please. Report back here once you're ready. Funnily enough, that's pretty much the crux of this level. Yeah, that's fun. By the way, we got a save point right here. That is a Type B, but this is one of those Type Bs that actually allow you to go back to the Gummi Ship, so that's actually really welcome. And there's a chest up there, and we cannot jump that high. We can only reach half that height. Yes, this level is going to be teasing you with a lot of pickups. In fact, this level actually has one of the best items in the game, but we're not going to get it for quite a while. And that annoys me, because it's actually one of my most used as well. Let's talk to you, White Rabbit. Before you sits her Royal Majesty, the noble Queen of Hearts. It's kind of a nasal to it. We can actually jump up here and just talk to her directly. You'd better bring your evidence soon. And she just sits there patiently. That's kind of odd for her character, to be perfectly honest with you, but I don't know. It's weird. Oh, bloody hell, I didn't mean to grab that. Let's talk to you, Alice. Oh, by the way, can I just say, do you know how old the Alice in Wonderland movie is? The original animated version? That's the exact same voice actor from all those years ago. The Alice. I am not joking. Who are you? I'm Sora. I'm Goofy, and that there is Donald. Well, at least they don't stick out like a sore thumb. Pleased to meet you, though I do wish you were under better circumstances. I'm sorry you got mixed up in all this nonsense. Yeah, I know. There's nonsense. Just being here is nonsensical. Anyway, can we talk to you? Yeah, we can. I did see someone suspicious. You. You know what? Bugger off. Okay, I can trick the system. I can't do it. I'm standing right next to you, but I can walk away and lunge. Even though I still whiff. So yes, we gotta find evidence. So let's go search for that, I guess. Why can't we not just grab a shadow and just bring it in? Probably too dangerous. Hello? This is weird. It's like a forest in a box. Oh boy. It's the treasure cat. What? How are you not dead? Who are you? Who? What? Who indeed? Poor Alice. Soon to lose her head, and she's not guilty of a thing. Hey, if you know who the real culprit is, then tell us. The Cheshire Cat has all the answers, but doesn't always tell. And the reason being is because, I mean, you're always leading Alice down the path, and actually giving her guidance in this crazy world. Why won't you save her life? Makes no sense to me. The answer, the culprit, the cat, all lie in darkness. Yeah, you're not exactly rhyming. Wait! They've already left the forest. I won't tell which exit. There are 4 pieces of evidence in all. 3 are a cinch to find. The 4th is tricky. Big reward if you find them all. Should we trust him? To trust or not to trust? I trust you'll decide. I can't do a Winnie the Pooh / car / Cheshire Cat voice. Like I said, a lot of the Disney characters I can't actually do good impressions of. Kinda sucks for this. But yes. 4 pieces of evidence. You do not need to find them all. You could just find one and then immediately finish the level. It's that quick. I'm not kidding. But if you go for all of them, you will get something that is actually, well, I'd say permanently useful, but there is another way to get it that I can never remember how. I just, if I do miss them, I just end up getting it. Because that happened on my first playthrough. I do remember not picking up the final one, and yet I somehow got the item anyway. So we're going to do it as intended. We're going to find all 4, and we got more enemy battles. That's going to be the thing for the Kingdom Hearts series. Random encounters just appear whenever, and you just got to take them out because you can't interact with anything otherwise. So we can't even search. We can't even open chests, and you know, when we got to find items on the field, they're going to be in boxes. So that's going to be a problem for us. I like how I can turn the camera up and down. That's very nice. Give me a potion, I'll make you bigger. We'll do that later. You can whack them, but it don't mean nothing. By the way, when you're targeting stuff, at very rare occasions can you actually target something else to give it an item or a spell that heals or gives a buff. Very rarely can you do that. What does this one want? Give me an ether. Is that it? Just an ether? It's annoying as well, because you actually have to equip it in your item slots in order to, you know, give. So, we will do that. Oh, I only got the one! I think I got that from Donald. Alright, let's just do it. I mean, we might as well do it, because most of these are only single use. So we might as well just do it now. Gives us a bunch of HP and a camping set. That was not worth, to be perfectly honest with you. Oh, we got a blue trinity here. That's helpful. But we've got more enemies before we can even interact with that. And that's a great camera angle. It's like in the wall. And it's weird as well, because it's like... The Lotus Forest was like a very like basic but winding place in Alice in Wonderland, but it is literally paper, arts and crafts. I mean, we're in a bloody box. We're in a room. Very basic. So, I guess it's to add to the nonsensicalness of Wonderland, but there you go. The Disney version, anyway. The animated Disney version. I've got to stress it's the animated version, because why would it be the live-action version? You wouldn't be able to recreate it in the art style. Well, we've got a bunch of items for this, and a bunch of magic as well if we needed it. An ether, a potion, and a tent. Well, at least I got my potion back. What do you want? What's in here? Oh, footprints! That sounds like evidence to me. Let's have a look at that. Left behind by the Heartless. It may prove Alice's innocence. So, yeah, we've got one free, and they're going to be in those pink boxes. So that helps. Give me a potion. Okay, what are you going to give me? More magic and a high... Wow, I just converted a potion to a high potion. And more magic that I do not need. I know I haven't been using fire that often, but considering that the enemies that we're fighting are either normal or fire type, kind of pointless. Oh, this is a very awkward place to fight enemies. Luckily, when you're targeting enemies, event walls don't work, so... As long as you're targeting an enemy, you won't actually leave the level by accident. So, don't have to worry about that. There's a chest there, there's a chest there. Can we even make it to that chest? Let's see. Nope, that's a jump we can't make. More enemies, right next to a flower we're going to interact with, so we've got to take them out as well. They're still only giving us 1 experience point per kill. Of course, the further that we get into the game, the tougher the enemies are going to get, the more varied the Heartless become. And even if we're fighting the same type of Heartless from an earlier level, because of the level scaling of the level itself, they will be stronger, they have more HP, they'll give more experience, etc, etc. Give me an ether. I actually need to equip one again. That's annoying. Oh no, this could... Oh yeah, that's a thing. If you have empty item slots and you pick up an item on the field, it will automatically be equipped. The rest go into stock. So that's actually quite helpful. I do not want that high potion on though, but one of these may actually require it, so...
This should help.
Let's give you an ether. Got another camping set. Kind of a waste, to be perfectly honest, because I'm never going to use them. So let's... Oh... Bloody bread mushrooms. I keep... This keeps happening! I keep pressing the jump button while moving, but I move before I jump and then I fall. This is the Mario bullshit. I press jump when I'm walking toward a ledge and I just walk over the ledge and not jump. Oh! We found 3 Dalmatians! And I do not need to keep track of those because... Except for the chests, of course. I got to keep track of them because the game doesn't. But I'm not going to keep track of the 101 Dalmatians because... As soon as you get the first 3, you have this checklist right here. You always get them in sets of 3, and the reason why it says 99 and not 101 is because Pongo and Paluta, is that her name? I think that's her name. They're both at the house, waiting for their puppies to be rescued. So, And, when you press triangle, you actually get a checklist on where all of them are located in every level that you've been in. Question mark? Well, we do not know where they are, but 9 of the puppies, so that means 3 more chests of puppies, is still in Wonderland. Just get rid of these quickly. Yeah, oh, it's called Red Nocturne, excuse me. Oh, I'm thinking of the blue ones. The blue ones are called Blue Raspberry or something. But yeah, they shoot fire. That's basically their gimmick. And if you actually attack a Heartless of a certain type with the same type, that will actually heal them. So you don't want to do that. So we got Alice, Queen of Hearts, Card of Hearts, Card of Spades. Not of any others though. White Rabbit, Cheshire Cat, Doorknob. Was the only character in Alice in Wonderland who didn't first appear in the original story, so he's a Disney original. That's a nice touch, to be honest. Gives you actually a little bit of history, like, yeah, most Disney films are based off of other stories, but yeah. So just get rid of all those new, because otherwise that's going to annoy me. And we got a nut. It's too big to eat. That's fine. But then again, if plant did make us bigger. Maybe we could eat it when we interact with that plant later. Oh, whoops. Ah! Poop. There we go. Oh, it's happening again. Pressing jump while moving. Not jumping. There we go. Got an antenna. Is that 3 out of 4 already? Footprints, antenna. No, that's 2 out. That's 2 out of the 3 easy ones. Let's jump over here. I can make that, I'm pretty sure. Got more. I was about to say knights. They're not knights. They're soldiers. They are knight heartless, but not in this game. It's happening again. There we go. Right, can we make this? I'm pretty sure Sora can actually grab that ledge at this stage in the game. I'm pretty sure. I just got to nail the jump. And if I attack, I'm going to hit the side and I'm going to whiff. There we go! You got to just nail it at the very edge without falling. And there we go. Got to scan G. Anything that says G after a word is a gummy piece. So if we go back to gummy here, we see that in evidence. But we just got to scan G and we never had one before. So that is... Scans in every direction. And that's actually one of the best ones as well, funnily enough. So that's very early. So basically that uncovers hidden items that you can shoot and collect. Now, I'm pretty sure if I grab this and jump up... Well, again, I press circle. That's going to be really annoying. Like I said, this does have a lot of platforming elements in it, more so than any other Kingdom Hearts game. And the combat is clunky in the beginning of the game, to say the least. I cannot make that jump. Fair enough. I just wanted to try, but it wouldn't let me. And of course, the rest of the Kingdom Hearts series is more combat-based. So, let's come up this way. Because we actually are able to explore other places. That jump is way too high and way too long to make. We can't get over there to that one where that chest is. So that must be an exit way that we got to go through. And we're going back to the bizarre room, apparently. Somehow a trunk does that. These pathways actually do change their functionality because we just drop. Later on, though, they'll take us back to this room, but it will do something different. So, I mean, there's an entranceway with those books up there. We got the stench. Nice. But we're back here again. And there's not much to do here, so let's go back to the castle. And considering that we've only got one more piece of evidence to find, I think I'm actually going to leave that for the next episode. So, very convenient considering I'm right next to the save point. But in the next episode, guys, we're going to be getting the final piece of evidence to prove Alice's innocence. Knowing the Queen, she'll probably want to cut off someone's head anyway, so she'll probably just make some bullshit reason to chop our heads off. And, well, we'll see what happens from there. See you guys then.
Off with her head!
No, no! Oh, please!
Hold it right there!
Who are you? How dare you interfere with my court?
Excuse me, but we know who the real culprit is.
Uh-huh. It's the Heartland.
Anyway, she's not the one you're looking for.
That's nonsense. Have you any proof?